I was talking with my friend Sean the other day about his kids program and coming of age rituals, because my kids are going to do his program. And he was saying that our kids begin leaving their bodies in the preteen and early teen years. Not wanting to be with their parents, friends only, and spending a lot of time in their bedrooms. And he was saying it's because of society and school. And I keep thinking about the conversation and why specifically school is standing out with that. So I noticed when I woke up this morning the constant, habitual, immediate critical thought pattern that came in, trying to check me and put me in my place. I've been working with my inner critic for years now, so it wasn't a surprise. But the thoughts were and always start with, I need to eat better, I need to exercise more, like as if I live a seriously unhealthy, dangerous lifestyle. Constant improvement needed. And for the first time today, I really heard them. And instead of allowing them to set the tone for my day and allowing them to inform me about who I am, I interrupted them, stopped, and asked myself, do I really need to improve my diet? Do I actually need to eat differently? Like, do I need more vegetables and less food overall? Higher quality, blah, 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 blah. And the answer is no. No, I don't. Maybe I need to eat a little more, stop forgetting. But overall, I eat really well. And the food that I eat gives me plenty of energy and I feel pretty great. So then I asked myself, do I really need to work out more or harder? No, I don't. I could play harder, could spend more time outside. But am I taking care of myself and living really well? Yes, I'm really tuning into my body and listening to it and giving it what it's wanting. So now I can notice those thoughts and let them pass. But I couldn't see them before for some reason. I was still identifying with them. But this took me back to Sean's comment about preteen, school, society, and leaving our bodies. My daughter is about to start middle school, and at her parent-teacher conference the other day, I said something like, buckle up, Buttercup, the workload's about to get pretty intense. And I remember that about middle school specifically, and feeling like at first I was drowning. But being that I already mastered people-pleasing, overachieving, and perfectionism by age 11, I quickly adapted and I did fine. Kids are resilient, they're pliable. But this is where that voice of constant improvement really solidified in my psyche. This feeling that, like right when we wake up, or even in the middle of the night when we wake up, that there's always more and better to do. No matter what we're doing, how well we're doing, how poorly we're doing, we could be doing better. We're getting kids used to being overloaded and trying to beat the clock with all these tasks and sports and church and extracurricular activities and maybe even volunteering, so that they're in a constant panic, feeling like they can't keep up or measure up. And then we give them feedback in the form of grades. And we threaten to take their sports or arts away if they don't keep those grades up. And then there's fitness testing and ads that tell them they aren't fit enough or they're ugly if they don't have a really rare body type. And all these lies that we start telling them, well, you're lazy, you're not eating right, you don't exercise enough, you're just not applying yourself, you're not sleeping enough, you're not going to get into a good college, and then you're totally doomed, even though most people never even use their college degree. So many kids, especially girls, quit their lifelong passion for sports and arts because something's gotta give. The time's got to show up somewhere. And so when you think about their whole existence up to now in this body has been about loving and being dedicated to and practicing this talent or sport. And then all of a sudden we're like, no, that's not going anywhere. You're not good enough at that. Just quit that and focus on your math or your writing. Even though you clearly have no talent in that area, if your grades are any indication. So quit what you love and put all your energy into what you suck at, because that always leads to better life outcomes. And we wonder why they're suicidal. They have to leave their bodies and avoid the critical, loving voice of their parents, who are just trying to get them to follow in the footsteps of the panic and the struggle that they're still trying to thrive in. As parents, we still believe that story, and our society, our school system's unspoken goal is to keep generating desperate workers and consumers, people who do not have reverence for the wisdom in their bodies. Their bodies are constantly giving us feedback, but we can't feel them, so we can't hear them. We're creating people who can't empower themselves financially because we feel like we have to spend every dollar that we have on products and services that patch up the way we look and feel. And the answers we're searching for are in our hearts and they're in our bodies. So here's step one to getting back into our bodies. If it's safe to do so, close your eyes and just notice how it feels to breathe. So notice the feeling of air entering your nose, going down your throat, through your trachea, and into your lungs. Allow your lungs to be completely filled and notice the stretching of your ribs, your back, your diaphragm, your pelvic floor. Hold your breath for a few seconds and notice areas of your body. Notice if you feel anything, pleasure, pain, numbness. And no story about why you're feeling that way or what happened. If your mind is forming words in a story, just give yourself the gentle permission not to explain yourself. Let the thoughts pass. We're just noticing sensation. Now slowly allow the breath to trickle out of your nose or mouth, and if it feels good, sigh audibly out loud. And repeat that a couple times. And congratulations, you've just meditated. If you've found that challenging in the past, meditation or intimidating, that's one way to do it. Anyway, give yourself the gift of enjoying breathing a few times a day. And I can give you lots of words about science, neurology, physiology to try to motivate you to do that. Or you could just do it because it feels good and you're worthy. And you do indeed have the time to notice and enjoy things such as breathing and eating and resting. We love to stay busy and rush around because it makes us feel really important, but